4 great 9-ball champions. One pressure-packed historic ring game. 100,000 reasons for them to get together. Somebody break out the chips and rack them. It's time for Texas Hold'em Billiards presented by Olhausen. Welcome to Springfield, Massachusetts, and the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Our Aramet road to the final. 8 players started out. We are down to our final table. Marlon Manalo, Rodney Morris, Johnny Archer, and Gabe Owen. You can see high numbers next to their names. There is a good reason for that. We look at our Olhausen tournament format. They carried those chip values with them from their semifinals. It will be a ring game. You may see all 4 players in a game. Each game has a specific ante amount, and the player with chip values less than or equal to the required ante have to go all in. We will be finished when one player has $1 million in chips. That player will take home $100,000, and it's all offense. Ball in hand on missed shots. No push-outs or safety.
In 1891, Dr. James Naismith had an idea to start a new game called basketball. He took a peach basket and decided to put a ball into that basket, and all these years later, it's still about putting a ball in a proverbial basket, but this time 6 pockets on a pool table. Mitch Lawrence and Alan Hopkins here at the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame for Texas Hold'em Billiards, the finals, Alan. And you know what? In Texas Hold'em, there is a phrase called all in. It is the most exciting time in poker, and we have the same situation now. 4 guys, all in is going to be a key phrase used, and somebody's going to walk away with a lot of money.
Not only all in, Mitch, they have $1 million in chips. And the first 12 games, of course, there's going to be an ante for all the games. But after game 12, the lowest chip leader, he's all in. And then it starts multiplying real quick, and then we're going to have a winner for the $100,000.
All right, we have had excitement here galore. A fantastic spot, very unusual, perfect place. I am fully ready. I got my sneaks on now. I was always told you want to be ready for a game whenever it happens. Let's tip it off.
We will do that with our Olhausen player profiles. First up, Marlon Manalo of the Philippines, and he is chomping at the bit. A great semifinal match for him to get here. One of the most familiar faces in the game, the player of the decade in the 90s, the Scorpion, Johnny Archer from Georgia, and he knows what big-time pressure is all about. Gabe Owen of Tulsa, Oklahoma, former U.S. Open champion. He wants a piece of it as well. And filling out our foursome, the Rocket, Rodney Morris of Florida, former U.S. Open champion himself. Any of these 4 capable of winning. Here's your chip ante breakdown. Every 4 racks, as you see, it'll go up dramatically. 20,000 to start, and then up from there, rack 13 and above. The short stack player will be all in and must win that particular rack to stay alive. Here are our 4 players seated. Marlon Manalo will get up and have the first break. He brought the most chips into this final table from his semifinal matchup. The Basketball Hall of Fame, unusual and tremendous venue for this inaugural Texas Hold'em Billiards final, Alan, and this is going to be nothing but exciting.
Oh, without a doubt, Mitch. I love the way he's been breaking. I think that's a big part of why he's got all the chips. He holds the cue ball right in the middle of the table, very solid, always makes a ball on the break, usually most of the time. And then he made the 1 ball on the break here and has a nice open shot, as you can see right here on the 2 ball, and there's a cue ball. And even though he's a chip leader, he has a chance to even go farther ahead if he could run out here. Now his problem could be going to the 3 ball over here, 3 and 9, so position for that could be a little tricky. We'll see what he decides to do. If he's straight in, he may have to force this cue ball over or draw it back. He'll have a choice he'll have to make. Uh-oh, look at the draw. Oh.
No.
Oh boy, what a bad score. What a bad break there. He had some juice on that one, Mitch.
And you see Johnny Archer coming to the table, and you do not want this to happen. Missing a shot is one thing, but in this format, ball in hand for the incoming player.
Oh, fabulous draw stroke. Just gets a bad break. He just kisses off the 5 ball. Here it comes down table, just kisses it. It goes into the corner pocket. And that'll set up ball in hand, because anytime you miss a ball, like you said, Mitch, next player has ball in hand, any run the table.
And normally that scratch would have given ball in hand to Johnny anyway, but any missed shot is ball in hand. And as we move along and that pressure starts to mount, all 4 of them very familiar with pressure situations. It's going to be how they handled it in this particular one. Winner take all, 100 grand to the winner.
Johnny will be very careful not to touch a ball. Notice he played for an angle here, Mitch. He wants the angle so he can bring the cue ball down table for the 6 ball, which is on the top rail, right against the rail. And you'll see here he's going to play the 5 in the corner, come off the rail and down in this area here, I would believe, for the 6 ball. He does not want to be on the bottom rail. He could come in this direction also. I think the preference is to the player shooting it what he feels comfortable doing. It looks like Johnny's following it, like I said. Look out for the side pocket. And oh, boy. Woo.
He stayed down over that one a long time watching that cue ball.
Here's a little tip. When the ball is close to the rail, like the 6 ball is, you can get closer to it. In other words, closer to the rail, because it's hard to get straight in. Now he's gave himself a little bit of a difficult shot here. He should be okay, but
nice.
And of course he is.
Nice. Those are the kind of shots when you know the incoming player will have ball in hand that sometimes they're tough to begin with. You add that on top of it. All these players familiar with ring games. Johnny Archer and Marlon Manalo with big wins in 2004. Johnny winning the Derby City ring game and Marlon Manalo winning the Hard Times ring game. Obviously like this format, and I guarantee you Rodney Morris and Gabe Owen also like any format where 100,000 will go to the winner. For the Scorpions, first on the board, Marlon Manalo lets one get away. Johnny Archer, 370,000 worth of chips here in Massachusetts. The 2005 Texas Hold'em Billiards Championship is brought to you by the Hilton Garden Inn, by Olhausen Tables, the best in billiards featuring AccuFast cushions, and by Viking Q, the world's leading cue. Here's one of the things they're playing for, the trophy for the inaugural Texas Hold'em Billiards Championship. It'll have $100,000 in it, our Hall of Fame leaderboard. After 2 racks, our chip leader, Marlon Manalo. Johnny Archer took the first rack on Marlon's break, and Marlon returned the favor in rack 2. Gabe Owen at the table. Rack 3 in progress. $80,000 pot on that table. Each player anteing in $20,000 worth of chips.
And Gabe is getting the job done here. Got perfect on the 5. They're just going to draw the cue ball back about 1.5 feet for the 6 in the same pocket.
Gabe Owen, born in Wichita, Kansas, now living in Tulsa. Spent a lot of time on the road. Alan, you know about that. Great place to learn, and said he loves to travel, so he enjoyed the road lifestyle. Did it for 8 years, from the time he was 17 to 25. And in 2003, his first big victory, the Houston Open, where he beat 2003 U.S. Open champion Jeremy Jones. And in 2004, a victory over Torsten Homan gave him his U.S. Open championship.
He'll bring the cue ball back and forth over in this area. Now he has a couple ways of going. He could go short or go long, like I showed you, but basically wants to be in that area for the 7 ball. It's perfect. This one he should play rather easy. Hopefully if I hit it too hard. Just making sure he does not scratch cross side.
Good look from the Simonis pocket cam. We'll be getting good views all during our finals table.
And he's about to pick up 80,000 in chips, Mitch.
Has got to be a good feeling. And you can put any chips on your side. There's $100,000 at the end of that particular rainbow today. And that 9-ball after 3 racks, Gabe Owen doing a good job with that rack. As we look at our leaderboard, Marlon Manalo still in first. It's time for our tip of the day, brought to you by Super Aramith Pro Balls, the Belgian billiard ball.
We're still in the 20,000.
A lot of pool players like to put English on the cue ball. Unfortunately, they use English when they don't really need to. On this particular shot, I have the 8-ball right down the rail in the corner pocket, and the 9-ball is all the way down the bottom rail. What I'm going to do is just put high English on the cue ball, which will force the cue ball to come off this rail and go down table automatically without left-hand spin. So knowing what kind of English to put on the cue ball will help you win a lot more games.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Valley, Springfield, Massachusetts, in the Basketball Hall of Fame. We move to rack 4. Each player kicking in 20 grand, $80,000 worth of chips in that pot. We're at the finals table here at Texas Hold'em Billiards. Rodney Morris at the table, and a really good break by Rodney there.
A fabulous break. He pockets 3 balls on the break. The 1 ball is gone, the 5,
and the 4.
and the 4. And he has a shot on the 2 ball. As you can see, the 2 ball's right here. He's going to probably, and there's the cue ball. Going to pocket the 2 ball on the side or bank the 2. Now here's a picture of how great he broke the balls. There's the 5. You'll see the other ball go in the corner. There's the 4. It disappeared, and the 1 went in the side. And what a fabulous break. Here comes the 2 ball down table, and there's the shot he has. Pockets the 2 and get down there. Look out. Get down there. Spin, spin. Oh, almost. I mean, nice shot on the 2.
Sure did.
Well, here's a tough shot. The 3 ball is going to try to cut in the corner, I believe. Has to hit it very thin. Come down table, maybe hit the 6 or get position on the 6 in the side or the corner. It's tough enough just to make the 3. And there it is. He couldn't do it.
Really one of the fun guys out here. You saw him kind of sneaky. Try to, what, Rodney? You didn't think anybody would see you put the 9 in the hole?
That's about how thin he had to hit the ball, Mitch, I'll tell you. He had to really hit that thin. And that's the kind of shots you don't even see shot at with the other format where you can just play safe. So
well, you got no choice here, and Marlon Manalo is happy that that didn't go in. He gets ball in hand. Speaking of balls, we want to thank Super Aramith Pro, the official ball set of Texas Hold'em Billiards. There you see him. And a very, very focused Marlon Manalo. I dare say all 4 of these guys are fairly focused when there's 100,000 on the table. Question is, can you hit the shots when you need to?
that's a good question too, Mitch. And can you make the shot when you need that one tough shot? But I'll tell you what, I love the way his position play here on this rack. Got out very solid.
Talked earlier in his semifinal matchup about the fact that many people may be unaware of the talent of Marlon Manalo, but they will get aware quickly because this guy can absolutely play, and he is unafraid of the pressure that comes from big-time championship 9-ball. Rack number 4, $80,000 pot goes on Marlon's side. Here's an updated leaderboard at the Hall of Fame, and you see it moved ahead of Johnny Archer there. Gabe and Rodney Morris with the short stack. It'll change quickly, I can tell you that. Barry Hart, the vice president of Viking Q's. We want to thank Barry and all the good folks at Viking for their support. Johnny Archer, the Scorpion, at the table, rack 5. And we're kicking it up a notch. The ante just went up to $30,000 worth of chips per player.
Come on, 2.
$120,000 in the pot.
Go. Stop.
Oh boy, he made the 1 ball on the break and has a
got it
shot
big.
straight in on the 2 ball. You see it's a 2 ball and the cue ball right in the side pocket. Stop the cue ball right there for the 3 ball. Rest of the balls are opened nicely. And the biggest pot of the night, $120,000 pot. Solid, Mitch. Very solid.
Ultimately, one of these players will wind up with all $1 million worth of chips. Can't see me. I'm doing my Austin Powers impersonation. $1 million. And $100,000 will go into their bank account here in Springfield, Massachusetts. And as Johnny works his way around this table, I'm going to take a moment and thank Bob Turin, the executive director of the Springfield Business Improvement District, and all of his staff for the work they've done bringing this event to the Basketball Hall of Fame. If you have not been here to the Hall of Fame and you like the game, get over here. You will not believe what 80,000 square feet of interactive exhibits and history of basketball can make you feel. Tremendous place.
Mitch, while you're talking, Johnny is pocketing balls one after another and getting perfect on each shot. He should draw this back a little bit for the 6 ball. Not much you can say, Mitch, that he's really playing solid.
You know, I mentioned that all 4 of these players have big-time pressure experience. And with every one of those experiences, you stand up and you face that test. You know what you can do and you know what you expect out of yourself. You see Frank Del Pizio, the referee, behind Johnny. Very much a part of the action here.
Johnny wanted a little more of an angle there, I think. He seems a little dismayed with the way he left himself, but I think he's okay. What was that? Did you hear what he said there, Mitch? I didn't really hear what he said. I think he'll be fine, though.
I think he said, I'll be fine. Routes that cue ball a little more. I think he'll be okay there. See, you're just leaving yourself just a little bit more work. Shot's obviously makeable.
He'd like to have been up a little bit farther. But you'll see him cut this down the rail. He's taking a timeout.
I love this ring game format. Anytime you get 4 players involved, it's fun to watch.
Oh,
look at that shot.
Beautiful shot.
I mean, that's what I meant about knowing what you're capable of, Alan. You know, you've hit those shots under pressure before. Certainly, as long as Johnny's been playing, he's hit them. Good work there by the Scorpion. Fist pump, rack 5 to Johnny Archer. Updated leaderboard, moves into the lead over Marlon Manalo. Somebody trying to get to $1 million in chips here in Springfield. Massachusetts Pioneer Valley in Springfield, home to the Basketball Hall of Fame and the Dr. Seuss National Memorial. The new Mass Mutual Center features family and sporting events. City Stage gives you live theater, and you will find, of course, Six Flags New England. Downtown Northampton with its entertainment and nearby recreation, the Eric Carle Museum, and the Yankee Candle flagship store. Attractions, distractions, your choice. We also thank Mike Massey Billiards for their sponsorship of closed captioning today. Mike Massey Billiards, the worldwide leader in billiards. Our scoreboard, after 9 racks, Marlon Manalo in the lead. We will show you Gabe Owen's day so far, unbelievably, after winning rack 3 only 2 times at the table, Alan.
Actually, he hasn't failed to make a ball. Here's his first time at the table on the break, came up with nothing. And here's his next time at the table breaking the balls. Again, comes up dry, nothing falls. And that is just hard luck.
That is the ring game, round and round. Where it stops, nobody knows. And for Gabe Owen, he has not had too many chances. We move into rack 10, $40,000 ante, and because Owen is all in with only $30,000, he is very, very interested in whether or not he'll even have a chance at the table, Alan. Rodney Morris breaking.
Well, after that break, he made 2 balls, the 3 and the 8, and he has a nice shot on the 1 ball. It's unlikely that he will get a chance to shoot, but let's see what happens. There it is, the 3 ball goes right in, and the 8 in the same pocket. Now Rodney has a nice shot on the 1 ball. The 2's up by the side pocket, so we'll see the cue ball come up a little bit up table. Watch out for the 5 ball.
Nice game.
Get out of the way. Oh.
Nice. Beautiful.
Oh, boy.
You hear a sarcastic Rodney Morris in the back there.
I'll tell you what, it's only a matter of like an inch.
Wow.
A little bit harder, it moved out of the way, so. And Rodney's either going to play a massé shot or a jump shot. He can massé around and try to make it, or just jump over it or kick at it. Well, I don't believe he'll play the kick, but he could do that. Okay, he's going to jump.
At this point in the proceedings, any missed shot, huge. Ball in hand for the player behind you.
He'll be trying to make it, Mitch. I'm sure of that.
Absolutely.
On time.
All right. Nice shot. Okay,
I
Rodney.
love how fast he knew that was in.
He didn't take much time, did he?
It's it clear. Great shot making by Rodney Morris.
That's what's so great about this format. You know they're trying to make the ball for sure. Not trying to get lucky or anything, just make it.
No, the tough shot is good.
Jumps over the 5 ball. Watch how he hits down on the cue ball, jumps right over it, makes the 2 ball in the corner pocket, protects the cue ball, keeps it in the center of the table. A little bit easier he would have hit it, would have been liked a little bit more.
So tough to know the result of a jump shot, even when you hit it perfectly. And then that, after a great shot.
Oh, that's a tough break. And that'll be ball in hand. For who else?
Who else? Marlon Manalo. In his semifinal match, it seemed like Marlon was always in the right spot at the right time.
It seems that way now, too, doesn't it?
Again, Alan, we have to stress that you still have to make the shots. You can get ball in hand and get to the table, but, man, it's a lot easier to do it when you're getting ball in hand on somebody's miss.
Ooh, he doesn't miss that by much, you know. He just misses it. I sure would like to come to the table like this, I'll tell you that.
And if you are Gabe Owen, you got to be thinking you're packing your bags right now. Remember, he is all in, could not match the ante that was required. And unless you get to the table and can somehow win the rack, your day is done. Tantalizingly close to $100,000 is Gabe Owen.
And he came in with a lot of chips, too.
Second place from his semifinal. Behind Johnny Archer, $190,000 worth of chips did Gabe Owen bring in. But right now, they are doing him no good. Perfect shape on the 9 for Marlon Manalo. Here in rack 10.
Crazy right now with that.
And you see it.
There he is, he's out.
Gabe Owen wishing luck to the 3 remaining players here at Texas Hold'em Billiards. Our updated leaderboard shows Marlon Manalo up to 765. And you see Rodney Morris with the short stack. And guess what? Rodney Morris now will feel the heat of being all in with $5,000.
I don't mean to laugh, but it's going to be awfully tough for him to come back.
All right. $40,000 ante. Current pot of $85,000. The $40,000 from Marlon and Johnny. The 5 from Rodney Morris. That's how our pot value works.
He let the cue ball get away a little bit here.
This is big, Alan.
And he failed to make a ball, so look who has to accept this, Johnny. So how does Rodney like it?
Rodney's loving it right now. See his eyebrows just go up?
Because Johnny doesn't have a shot, as you notice right here. Here's the cue ball, the 1 ball, and the 6. They're all in the line together.
Rub it in, rub it in.
I'm going to show you right now what he's going to try to do. Probably is go over, kick at the side rail, and try to hit the 1 and make it somewhere and get lucky. Could be another way. Just come off 2 rails and try to hit it. It's not good where the cue ball is. It's against the rail, so there's not really much he can do with the cue ball, Mitch.
Johnny takes a timeout. You see the name Olhausen there. We want to thank them for sure. The official table of Texas Hold'em Billiards. Olhausen, the best in billiards, featuring AccuFast cushions.
Oh, he makes it. Oh,
whoa, whoa.
Oh. What a shot.
And how close is that cue ball to going in? See Johnny scrambling now. Marlon Manalo with a smile. Great, great shot making. Worth another look, you bet.
Unbelievable. Oh, boy.
Look at this.
Oh, this is unreal. Hits it the perfect angle to make. Gets a kiss off the ball on the bottom rail there and almost scratches in the corner pocket, but stays up out of the pocket.
All right, so Rodney, seated, still doesn't know if he'll have a chance to get back to the table. And he will. And with ball in hand. So just like Rodney did, make a great shot and then not be able to convert on the next shot, Johnny Archer with a fantastic play and gives it to Rodney Morris, ball in hand. And this is what Rodney needed, Alan, a chance to stay at the table and stay alive.
Yeah, well, his value now, if he happens to win this game, he can only win $5,000 from each player, so he'll be up to $15,000, and that makes the next game worth $45 for him. So, I mean, he can start multiplying very quick. But he hasn't gotten out this rack yet, Mitch.
Nope. Cannot get ahead of himself. But we will repeat that with the antes now in these racks, and as they come up, these pot values can change so fast that even though he's down to 5,000, and there's one less player in this ring game now, you got to remember, too. There's only 3 left.
That's right.
So his odds go up a little bit there.
And he's looking smooth, too. I'll tell you, Mitch, if he can get back into and come back, this would be the greatest comeback of all time.
Especially for 100,000.
Yeah.
And he spent a lot of time in Honolulu in Hawaii, now living in Spring Hill in Florida. And really, really, Alan, I think has come into his own in the last few years as one of the true great 9-ball players around. And he says still alive. There it is.
It's like going all in every hand.
Rodney Morris still breathing after 11 racks. Here in the finals, 3 players still in.
Lost 70,000 in that game because I didn't do my.
Here is a good friend of Texas Hold'em Billiards, Greg Hovey, the president of Olhausen, holding the championship trophy. One of 3 players left will have a chance at that trophy. We look at our Hall of Fame leaderboard. Marlon Manalo, Johnny Archer, Rodney Morris still in it. We move into rack 14. Rodney Morris was down to 5,000 in chips. How fast it changes. He won the last 3 racks, is now up to 135,000 worth of chips. But from now on, Alan, each short stack all in. And in this case, Rodney Morris is the man.
Well, he's got to be loving this because if he gets to the table again, he's got a chance to move into 2nd spot and put Johnny in last spot.
Amazing.
Oh, wow. That's
After
unreal.
being at 5,000 worth of chips.
Johnny's banking this ball.
Oh.
Oh, that was a good try. Now, Rodney comes to the table again. This is unbelievable.
And with ball in hand. Johnny Archer bemoaning his fate right now. But you know what? He has participated as well as everybody else in this game, Alan, and that's just the luck of the draw sometimes.
Without a doubt. Now, see, this is not over yet. This rack here is a little tricky. See the 5 and the 8 down table is what he's concerned about. See what he's going to do here. He's going to play the combination. I guess he's going to play the.
Too much.
Wow.
Oh, no.
5-8 combination, I guess.
Big shot.
Oh, that was huge.
Had to be right here.
Oh, all you got to do is make the 8 and let the 5 ride. Let the 5 go around the table. You know what I mean? He might make the 5 somewhere else, too. I'm surprised he shot that way. He tried to double kiss the ball and keep it down there together.
That's asking a lot of that shot.
Oh, yeah, but in this format, you got to make the
Wow.
ball you're shooting at. You know what I mean, Mitch? You got to forget about the position
Absolutely,
and make the ball.
I agree with you. Totally agree with you.
He tries to double kiss the 5, and he takes his eye off it and misses the 8. And that's a common mistake when you're trying to do a little something extra with the cue ball.
Beneficiary in this case, Marlon Manalo.
Well, look, I don't mean to interrupt you, Mitch, but look at this, though. The 5 does not go in the corner. It looks like it's frozen to the 8. I mean, it looks like he's going to play the 8 ball here. Or maybe he's going to play the 5 into the rail. Let's see what he does.
Time.
Huh.
And this is interesting. He may get a kiss here. Johnny may get back to the table. Wait a minute. They're not frozen, it looks like. If he plays the 5, yeah, they're not frozen.
Right.
Okay. He's got some leeway here. Even though he does not want to touch the 8 ball if he can help it. He wants to hit the 5 into the rail and just slide it in the pocket. Oh.
Oh,
boy.
it drops.
Oh, look at him. He knows. He did not want to touch the 8 there, but, well, listen, that's how things have been going. Very fortunate to make that ball after he hit the 8.
Well, we talked before about the ring game and the nature of a ring game, that there is skill involved and there is luck involved. All the way around, you got to take advantage when you get to the table. And right now, it is Marlon Manalo's day.
How big a game is this?
Rodney Morris down to the green. All in for him.
This is huge because he puts Johnny really low in chips, too. Is that, you know what I mean, Mitch? He's going to knock out.
Absolutely. Take care of one and get Johnny down to almost being gone. Have it come off that rail.
That's perfect.
Good shot. As we said, taking advantage is the name of this particular game. And the 29-year-old from Manila in the Philippines has done away with Rodney Morris. The rocket will take off right now. And we are down to a heads-up game. Marlon Manalo and Johnny Archer going after $100,000. And look at how close Marlon Manalo is. Take a look at a couple of our great official sponsors, Mueller and Super Aramis Pro Balls. Rack number 15, Johnny Archer, Marlon Manalo, the only 2 left, and Johnny Archer with the short stack. He is all in with 30,000.
Ooh. So Johnny has made a ball on the break. He's got the 9 ball hanging. There it is, right near the corner pocket. And here's the 1 ball. And there's the 3. He's got the 3 really close. The 2 ball went on the break.
Now, Johnny definitely has a full day's work ahead of him, Alan, if he wants to stay alive.
He's got to win a lot of games.
He does.
If he loses one within like the next whatever, and here he has a combination on the 4-9 or the corner pocket.
This is one way to take care of business. Quickly, Johnny Archer with good work. And rack 15, still alive. He'll pick up the 30,000. 2 gone, 2 left. Welcome back to Springfield, our Basketball Hall of Fame leaderboard after 16 racks. Marlon Manalo in the lead, but Johnny Archer staying alive. He picked up rack 16 on Marlon's break, and here we are, rack 17. Johnny still, the short stack, still all in. He cannot lose 1 rack or it's over.
He needs an opening.
See, jump you.
Made the 3 ball on the break.
Should see it diving in via the Simonis pocket cam. There it is.
Straight in the pocket. Unfortunately, Johnny does not have a shot. Here's these 2 balls are tied up. Here's the 1 ball. Here's the 7 in the way of the cube. Everything's tough. This is very tough layout. He'd be lucky if he even hits the 1 ball here. He's got a couple different ways of trying to hit this ball. We could see a jump shot. We could see him kicking at it, trying to play a combination on the 1 into the 4 in the side. And it looks like he's doing a jump shot.
Timeout. I'm gonna take time.
And obviously every shot key takes his time out, gives us a chance to thank some more of our official sponsors, Simonis Billiard Cloth, Silver Cup Chalk, the Mueller Rack, and Ozone Billiards.
All right, here we go.
Marlon Manalo wondering whether he'll be able to close out the Scorpion.
He can make this, Mitch, if he hits it right. Being careful the cue ball stay on the
I'm gonna go
tip.
get my other cue.
Yeah. Yeah, see, the cue ball could go off the table. I mean, this is...
Well, you know you can't make a mistake. He gets ball in hand if you miss. There can't be more pressure right now for Johnny Archer than this.
He's tying it up. He's going to just push the a 7 ball right on top. Oh, didn't get on
Couldn't
top.
get over it.
Couldn't get it on
Unbelievable. I
top.
couldn't get over it. It was too far away.
Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. I think he should have tried something there. Well, here comes Manalo with ball in hand and a chance to end it right here, Mitch. If he can run this table or make the 9 somehow.
If I tie that up, I got a shot. Knocking out moving. There's no 3 fouls, right? You gotta think.
Players discussing strategy.
And here's the 1 and here's the 2. So position and the 6 right there is tied up with the 9. So it's still a lot of work left. Even though he has ball in hand, here's a perfect situation where ball in hand is not such a big favorite. Notice how close he puts the cue ball to the 1, and the reason he's doing that is to get an angle on the 1 ball, to bring the cue ball out of there. So now he can draw back for the 2 ball on the side, and that was perfect. Ball in hand's a huge advantage, Mitch, only if you know what to do with it. And there's a lot of players out there to get ball in hand and do not pick the right shot or the way to use ball in hand.
And they're still talking about it.
Yeah, this could be the end. Let's see what he does. He still has the 6 and 9 he has to deal with. Let that go a little bit. There's a pretty big angle here on the 5 ball. Now he can play the 5 in the corner and try to come over here for the 6 ball in the other corner if it goes.
Wow. Only 2 players left. Marlon Manalo wins this rack. He is our Texas Hold'em billiards champion. Johnny wins. He's still alive. We'll see where it goes from here. You see that name Viking on our billboard, and we want to thank Viking, the official cue sponsor of Texas Hold'em billiards. Take your best shot with Viking. And Marlon taking all his time here.
He's taking his best shot too, Mitch.
That's
I got
it.
news for you. He's going to take his time here. He knows if he gets out, he wins. He's trying to do something else. Oh, he tried to break them open. Well,
It was a good try, Alan. I mean, there's only so much you can do here.
well, I got news for you. Johnny liked it.
I'll bet.
I mean, he's going to probably just try and get lucky. Now, the 6 and 9 are very close together. He has a chance maybe to throw the 9 ball toward the corner pocket if he can throw it enough. Maybe the 6 goes in the side. He's looking at the 6 ball on the side. Oh, boy, he made the 6 ball.
I'll tell you what, though.
Oh, boy, makes the 6 in the side, and now he's left. Here's a real
That
blood
was
test.
fantastic, though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
That's a great shot, but let the cue ball get away a little bit. It makes the cue ball go around. He didn't have to hit this hard. And he makes the cue ball go all the way around the table. He makes the 6. He almost scratches on this. He kisses the 9 and almost goes in the corner.
No.
Oh, he hit that bad.
And that is surprising. That was not even close there.
A lot of money on the line.
And how fast was Johnny Archer up and chalking up?
That is huge.
You know,
look as soon as they put the cue ball right inside, like he's going to play the combination.
we saw Rodney Morris stay alive when he was down to 5,000 in chips, and he stayed alive for a little while before he got bumped. Johnny Archer with the short stack, and he is doing his best.
You know what it reminds me of, Mitch? Exactly the same thing in poker when the fellow's out, hardly any chips left. He just keeps pushing all in. You know, and if you don't have a pair or something, you might not even win with a pair. Same type of situation. Here it is, and the ball's laid tough, and Johnny gets a great opportunity to come back into the match.
Wow. All right, we have played 17 racks now. And it is still up in the air here in Massachusetts. Don't go away. The 2005 Texas Hold'em Billiards Championship is brought to you by the Greater Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau and by Viking Cues, the world's leading cue. Speaking of Viking, our Viking Cues super shot of the match, Rodney Morris at the table, rack number 10. Fantastic jump shot by the Rocket Man. Not enough to keep him in competition. However, we are down to 2. Marlon Manalo and Johnny Archer fighting it out. One of these 2 will be our champion, trying to get to $1 million worth of chips. Mitch Lawrence and Alan Hopkins here at the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts. Fantastic venue. Rack 18. Johnny Archer all in with the short stack again. And the pressure on Johnny has it's just enormous. He has done well to stand up. Let's see if he can keep it going. He has to win every rack now.
$480,000 pot, and he has failed to make a ball. He failed to make a ball. And that's one of the few times he failed to make a ball. And
I knew it would come and bite me, this stupid rule.
And
I just
Johnny,
knew it would come and
here's
bite
the
me.
cue ball, and here's the 2 balls in the way, and he could try to kick at the back rail, try to masse around, go to the other rail and try to kick it in. There's a couple different ways he could try this.
He knows he's got to do something, because ball in hand for Marlon Manalo again. If Johnny should not pocket the 1 or any ball after he hits the 1.
I'll tell you, Mitch, I would kick at the bottom rail and try to hit the 1 hard and try to hit it down in toward the 9 and maybe get lucky and make something. You know what I mean? Because if he hits it hard, he might luck the 1 somewhere, he might luck the 9 ball somewhere, he might luck the 4. I mean, he's got a lot of balls going around. If he tries to masse this and just tries to make the 1, well, it looks like he's going to the other rail. Okay, he's going to have to use a lot of low right-hand spin here and cannot hit it too hard. He has to give a chance for the English to take.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's not that easy. And you keep an eye on the cue ball here, because you'll see the cue ball do a little bit of a curve. Boy, that was such a good try. That was a great try.
I mean, so much going on during that shot. Hard to describe how difficult a shot that was under the best of circumstances for Johnny Archer. And knowing that Marlon Manalo now has ball in hand and 1 rack away from the title. Whew.
Let's look at this again, Mitch. Here he comes down. The ball curves right up around and comes it to the 1, almost at the perfect angle to make it in the corner. Boy, he only missed that by a little bit, you know.
That was an
very close.
absolutely beautiful shot by Johnny Archer. And now the spotlight squarely on the man from Manila in the Philippines, who did not start playing 9-ball until 2003. And early on got to the round of 32 at the WPA Worlds in Wales. Has shown all along the way that a background in snooker. Loved that game, started playing early as a kid, said he loved the precision of it. Took to 8-ball late in his career and has done fantastically well at that. This is just a guy who loves these games, Alan.
And he's going to be around a while. Now, let me illustrate here. I'm going to show you the 3-ball in the corner. We'll come right here for the 4-ball. Slow roll this. I would think so, or he'll bring the cue ball back on the other side. I would think he might just slow roll this, but we'll see where he's going. Nope, he decided to hit it firm and play the cue up toward the center pocket.
Nice.
Smart shot. Now position for the 5. Cue ball go hit the 4 in the corner, bring the cue ball 2 rails and back out in this area for the 5, because the 6 is over by the side pocket. So if he can get straight in on the 5, he'll be fine. And that's perfect.
Look at that
Mitch.
speed.
That's perfect.
Absolutely fantastic. And speaking of fantastic, can't say enough about the Greater Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau and the work they've done, putting on a tremendous event here at the Basketball Hall of Fame. We thank them. And Alan, you know, you and I have known since we saw Marlon Manalo start to play here in the States. He's put in the time in his own country, at his own room, which he opened in 1997 with 1 table and now has 12. His life is expanding in huge ways.
Well, his pocket's about to expand right now,
Well,
Mitch, I can tell you that.
Everything about his life right now is going terrifically, and you like, not that you don't want it for everybody, but you really enjoy seeing it to somebody who is as humble and grateful for the chance as Marlon Manalo is. He's always got a smile on his face, and he knows what to do with these cue balls and object balls, no question about it.
A great player. Does not want to be straight in.
They won't ever.
Gabe and Rodney Morris have been seated and out of it for a while, but Johnny Archer fought back gamely. But I think he knows the writing's on the wall. 1 ball left.
Mitch, can I make my prediction here?
Do it, Alan, quick. He's going to shoot.
I think he's going to make this. Let's watch. Oh, yes. There he is.
You bet. The quiet man from the Philippines sneaks in and explodes with $100,000. Your inaugural Texas Hold'em Billiards champion.
Fabulous player.
Wow. And this crowd appreciates it, and all the greats of basketball look down our final leaderboard. One name with $1 million worth of chips and $100,000 in cash. Executive Director Bob Turin from the Springfield Business Improvement District with the check for a very, very happy Marlon Manalo. We've had 8 great players in Springfield, a fantastic time at this first ever event. And Marlon Manalo, an economics degree, will have to